breaking apart, seeing the end. We have nothing to say. Maybe it's hard to understand that there's nothing left to fight for, and there's nothing left to say. I don't wanna crash anymore. I can hear the ghosts in the walls. It's telling me to run away, away, yeah. I don't wanna crash anymore. I can hear the ghosts in the walls. It's telling me to run away.
You don't cry, you're not strong enough to care. Getting lost in my own pain, not in the game. One more dance to see me. I've been hoping we could try not to lie alone tonight. I will never have the life you stole. Now I'm keeping everything in my.
Every 39 seconds, a business falls victim to a cyber attack. Shockingly, a staggering 92% of malware infiltrates organizations through email. In 2023, it's taking organizations an average of 49 days to identify a cyber attack. With CyberSafe DNS Protect, you get one platform with many benefits. Effortlessly control with advanced URL filtering and gain full network visibility. Protect your business from phishing, malware, and advertising tracking. Be up and running in less than 24 hours. Boost productivity with over 80 categories. Protect what matters most. Start protecting today with our free 30-day trial. Experience confidence with CyberSafe DNS Protect. Secure your digital world today. Visit our website.
Get ready for something big. It's the 5th edition of PlayCon, happening October 9th to 12th at the MFCC to Ali. Experience the latest games, tech showcases, epic tournaments, and awesome cosplay. Entrance is free. PlayCon, where gamers unite.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Season 3 of the Malta Counter-Strike League. Game week 6 now as the group stage nears its closing phases. Today, couple of games, starting off with Pigeon Baguette versus ShadowHunters. So, kind of a bottom of the table clash here. Both of these teams are neither mathematically eliminated yet. A loss to Pigeon Baguette, I believe, would see them mathematically eliminated today, as they are currently the only team without a victory in the league so far, sitting at 0-5 in the standings. Shadowhunters, on the other hand, currently 1-4 and looking for that ever crucial second victory that would bring them almost certainly to a playoff spot. Apart from that, we're gonna have CSDE versus Anarchy. Still not sure if that will be happening, but if it will be, you can catch it right here on the same stream. That will be at around 9 p.m. We're going to take a very quick look at the standings. These are not 100% up to date. These are still from game week 5. There is a little bit of an update. Berserk are now 5-1. So they joined the likes of Order Zero and Anarchy with that 5-win bracket. Order Zero also picking up their first loss of the season to Berserk. Was a great game on Overpass, went into overtime. And yeah, just big credit to Berserk for finally, stopping the reign of terror that was Order Zero. Will be interesting to see who's gonna cinch those top 2 spots for these semi-final berths. Of course, very crucial and give you a bye straight there. But with all that said and done, we can take a look at our veto for this matchup. We'll get into a head-to-head a bit later, as the veto is currently underway. Just going to reset the picks and bans from last time, as they are already underway on Faceit. So we have had the first couple of bans, and it would be quite expected for these opponents, I believe, with Train being the first ban, followed by Overpass. These are both 2 of the newer maps into the map pool, and perhaps not maps that people are, who don't scrim the game very often, are as familiar with. Pigeon Baguette now also going to ban Nuke, which I believe it was Pigeon Baguette that banned Nuke. Could have been... No, it was... So Pigeon Baguette took away the first map, and this was actually Shadowhunters' ban. Nuke, of course, one of the more complicated maps in the map pool. Sing Zelion in the chat, much better today with the Juve shirt. I have another one of Arsenal if you want, but I'm still riding the high of the late Juve comeback a couple of days ago. Alright, so we do have another ban, and that is going to be Ancient, leaving us with classic 3 final maps. It could end up on either Dust 2, Inferno, or Mirage. And it's gonna have to be Mirage or Inferno, as Dust 2 was also just banned. Shadowhunter is going to decide if we go on Mirage or Inferno. Taking a look at the plays, Pigeon Baguette 16 plays on Mirage to Shadowhunters 46s, 10 on Inferno to Shadowhunters is 20. So whichever way you take it, Shadowhunters do seem to have a slight advantage, but one would imagine we are going to end up on Mirage. Final ban has come in, and it is indeed an Inferno ban, which means we will be playing on Mirage today. Gonna take a very quick look at this match's head-to-head. We have Alec the Memer versus Chunky Boy. So Chunky Boy, I believe, the only player, or one of the only 2 players with an ace in the MCL so far. A little bit of an interesting stat there. And just having a look at the stats here, we can see that Pigeon Baguette have really struggled so far this season. Alex, 0.28 KD, 36% average headshot, and an ADR of around about 40. Chunky, on the other hand, much higher KD, 1.31, and an ADR of 92. If we can take any positives from this head-to-head, it is indeed that Alec does have a higher headshot percentage than Chunky. But I know Chunky has been picking up the op a little, so that could play into that a bit. So it is going to be quite a tough match for Pigeon Baguette today. But the server is ready, so we're going to go and hop in there, wait for the warm-up, and once we are back after a short intermission, we will be ready with Pigeon Baguette versus Shadowhunters. So stay tuned right after the break.
Every Friday night when we hit the town, I'ma just to kill in case you'll be around. 'Cause we left it there, floating in the air.
in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe.
Alright, everybody, welcome back. It was, I believe, Pigeon Baguette picking up the knife round there, as they will be beginning on the CT side today. So, Pigeon Baguette versus Shadowhunters over on Mirage is ready to go. As mentioned already, Pigeon Baguette looking for their first win of the season, while Shadowhunters looking for that crucial second. And it does look like it is going to be a B-rush in the pistol from Shadowhunters. Quick into apartments that Molly's going to try and delay the push. Extreme Gamer J finding Chonky MR with a quick refrag though. 4 versus 4 now, and Shadowhunters deciding just going to hit the brakes a little and head into this underpass position. I say that though, Nos with the bomb on his back does actually double back towards apartments, and 3 players now waiting around this position, and it does look like they are going to just try and walk onto the site. No utility left to open up this site, so it's going to be all raw aim. And Alec spotted on the jump there as Extreme Gamer J trying to find the kill. Will take down Cavallo actually, so man advantage Pigeon Baguette. And with a minute now, Shadowhunters quick into mid, looking to go up through connector. Brute Thunder, substitute for Pigeon Baguette, I think it's his first time playing today. Spots this out, unable to find the frag. Actually does take down one, but 2 trades quickly from Shadowhunters leaves us in a 2v2. Bomb will go down, and both of these Pigeon Baguette players having to make their way from the B site. Connector steps being carried now, and Leighton will find Extreme Gamer J, and just Alec left gonna fall to Leighton as well. A 3k in the round for him as Shadowhunters come back from a man disadvantage and secure the pistol round on the T side. So yeah, for Pigeon Baguette, Brute Thunder, or I believe he's using a different username in-game. It's Sleepy he's using in-game. Subbing in for Tom Fires. It's going to be a big blow indeed. Tom Fires has been the best performer by some way for Pigeon Baguette this season so far. And a crucial game today without their clutch player. Can the other 5 make up for it? Shadowhunters upgraded weaponry quick down mid, and it's going to be MWR taking down Kelvin early on in this round. Man advantage for Shadowhunters. Could be a 2-man advantage as MWR does indeed find Brute Thunder. Alec in this connector position going to get mollied out, opting to head over towards Tetris. Try and hold on to this A side. Shadowhunters content though with the damage they've done so far, not forcing the issue through any of these smokes. And Nos also gonna find Extreme Gamer J. Unlucky over there, could have found the tap, and Leighton through the smoke will take down Alec indeed. Firehex spamming that smoke of his own will find MWR with the 5-7, but Chonky Mac 10 in hand will find that final frag in round 2 as Shadowhunters secure a 2-round lead early on here on Mirage. Firehex in round 3 with the Negev in hand. It's gonna be interesting to see where he deploys that. Definitely not a weapon we see all too often. I wish we see it more. You go, guys. This is why we are watching Pigeon Baguette today. They give us the entertainment you cannot find anywhere else. So Firehex with the Negev, rest of the team with a bit of a bias. 2 players actually saving, Alec and Brute Thunder. Brute Thunder did buy armor and the molly, which has been deployed over towards Palace, and was the right call for the moment, as that is indeed where Shadowhunters are lining up their execute. But they're gonna need more, and Chonky quick onto Brute Thunder. And Alec needs this frag here, does indeed find the headshot onto Chonky, trying to pick up that AK quickly as the rest of Shadowhunters come barreling out of ramp. Nade from Kelvin's not gonna do much. Cavallo spotting Extreme Gamer J, looking the wrong way. They're also gonna find Alec. Shadowhunters find a 2-man advantage. Firehex with that Negev, shifting his way through ramp. He's gonna need the backstep, but he's gonna need to go quickly as Nos with the headshot does find Kelvin. So just Firehex, full kit of utility, and a Negev in tow. Making his way slowly up ramp here. Spots a couple, finds the first, finds the second. Looking for the third now. Definitely can afford to suppress these T's, but that nade is gonna do a lot of damage. Still 89 bullets in the mag, but unfortunately for him, it does end at 2, as Nos does pick up his own second kill of the round, and Shadowhunters secure a 3-round advantage. did have to shorten the names of a couple of these Pigeon Baguette players on the HUD. So if you guys are seeing Alec, it's actually Alec the Memer, and Extreme is Extreme Gamer J. But their names were so long that they were forcing the rest of the information out of the bounding box. So that is the reason for that being shortened. Interesting to mention, you might be hearing it right now, grenades do have different sounds depending on which nade is being thrown. That is an update that did drop last night, and it's been quite a divisive update so far. Many players saying that the spray patterns have been really ruined for them, so it'll be interesting to see if that's gonna affect the game. Not really affecting either of these teams so much this far. ShadowHunters take mid control, and Brute not even able to sound a shot off before MWR finds the headshot. Firehacks with this Negev again found some success last round and will indeed find Cavallo here. So this Negev being put to good use. Kelvin with a kill of his own, and Alec the Memer taking down Chonky Boy. So a great frag there, but Nos able to somewhat stem the bleeding. Finds Firehacks going quick through mid, and Leighton now taking down Alec on A. Leaves just Extreme Gamers J on this short position. Is gonna get smoked off now. He will have to try and push onto Catwalk, as that room has also been mollied off. Extreme Gamer J does foray into mid now, and will position himself in connector over 2 versus 1 now. Just picking up the MP5 and has been spotted by the Boot player. Could find the frag, but does not. And Leighton will find a second kill in the round, and the 4th for ShadowHunters. So Pigeon Baguette struggling so far on the CT side, but Alec now 8.1k, and Brute Thunder 4.6. Interesting to see Brute picking up the FAMAS. Could definitely afford an M4 and a full kit of util here. Might be waiting to drop over towards Kelvin, but Kelvin actually gonna buy into the round himself. So some interesting decisions on the side of Pigeon Baguette here, but that is why we love to watch them. Of course, Firehacks with the Negev again, 3 kills so far. As Alec will indeed pick up an AWP. But over on that A side, doesn't seem like he's gonna get to use it, as a perfect flash from Leighton does allow Chonky to find the frag. Finds a second frag as well. I believe the damage he took was from his teammate rather than from Extreme Gamer J. As ShadowHunters do pry open this B side. And Mark gonna get taken down by Alec. Also had Kelvin in support nearby, and Kelvin able to pick up this AK. Mollied a bit off the angle now. We'll have to wait before he can push. Alec looking for the second frag on the market player here. As Brute Thunder does start to make his way up B, and Chonky with the jiggle peek does find Alec looking for a 4th frag. Will indeed find a 4th frag in the round, and Chonky on for a second ace here. But as he has made his way into mid, and given the positioning of Brute Thunder, it does not seem like he will be able to do that. Brute gonna make his position known now, and will indeed be taken down by Cavallo. So Chonky close but no cigar to that second ace. But very, very impactful match from him this far. 7-3. Leighton also doing very well, 6-1. And Nos 5-0 yet to go down. On the side of Pigeon Baguette, who've been struggling so far. 5-0 on the CT side of Mirage, not what you want to see. It is Firehacks leading the way with that Negev 4-5 record so far, and then Alec from our head-to-head with the 3-5 record. Did find a kill with that op in the previous round, does have another op this time round, and will want to put it to good use from that stair position, and might have an early opportunity to here, as ShadowHunters are indeed gonna try and take some ramp control. Standing quite exposed there, will miss the initial shot. Good nade though, does some damage onto MWR, softens him up for any potential headshots. Maybe that FAMAS of Brute Thunder, as there are no M4s in play for the CTs this round. Brute Thunder has pushed his way into Palace, so if he just holds a bit steady here, it's actually gonna be Alec tagging his own teammate, and off the back of that, Chonky will find the kill. However, Alec with a no-scope through the smoke onto Chonky on stairs does stop him in this round. Extreme Gamers will find one onto MWR before being traded from ramp, but a 3 versus 3, and Alex spotting the player on the side does find Nos. And Kelvin, look at this rotate. Pigeon Baguette in a very great position this round. Kelvin taking down Cavallo, just Leighton left, and Alec with a 3k with the op. Super impactful from stairs here. Gives Pigeon Baguette their first round of the game. How about that? Alec the Memer with the initial frag after shooting his own teammate in Palace and perhaps inadvertently causing his death, finds the first frag, then the crazy no-scope onto Chunky and follows it up with 2 more to secure the round. Was a great rotate as well from Kelvin, was very quick on that, able to catch Cavallo towards ramp, and ShadowHunters pinned back at least for the moment. As we go again into round 7, 5-1 here, and Alec continuing with this AWP does find the frag onto MWR before Cavallo through the smoke finally shuts him down, and what a shot from Chunky, opening up the apartment's position there. And a duel currently with Kelvin over towards short, no winners there just yet as Nos does find some damage over towards Brute, and Kelvin will indeed go down to Chunky, who has just single-handedly opened up this B site. And Brute tagged through the wall, so ShadowHunters making their way now, Bomb making his way through short towards this B site, and does look like it will go down with a 4 versus 2 retake required. 4 versus 1 now, as Extreme Gamers J does put this up to work and finds Chunky Boy here. We'll swap it out for an AK, but Nos, quick to the trigger and to the headshot, will find him as ShadowHunters quickly bounce back, securing a 6th round in the half. Double up setup coming up for the CTs here. Kelvin feeling like he wants to use it up alongside Alec, who's been doing such good work with it so far. Very surprising to see him pull this op out and do so much damage with it in these rounds. Extreme Gamer J, no weapon afforded for him, not even an SMG. Quite an interesting thing to play with. Alec a missed shot this round towards mid, so ShadowHunters gonna go quick off of that. Firehacks with this Negev in the right position on top of stairs, but will go down, not hearing the mid players, and Kelvin unable to find anything from stairs himself. Brute Thunder will finally find one, but as Extreme Gamer J's come barreling out of short there, he's gonna be late in a window to find the last couple of frags. Very, very scruffy round from Pigeon Baguette there, and a technical timeout called off the back of it. It seemed like nobody was aware of the aggression in mid. Firehacks caught with his back to connector, and Kelvin unable to pull the op out in time. And for Pigeon Baguette, a loss here would all but spell elimination, as they will have to face Berserk in their final match. Berserk, what a team they've been this season, losing their opening match to Anarchy on Train. It started out very worryingly on the CT side for them, but they had a very good fight back on the T side before eventually succumbing 13-8. But since then, it's been a flawless run of games. Okay, they had the walkover versus CSDE, but they were the only team so far to topple Order 0 who did beat CSDE. So that does beg the question if maybe Berserk could have also had quite a game there. Also, Berserk taking down Aversio, so 2 top teams bested, along with a couple of other wins. ShadowHunters was one of them, CSD School as well. Pigeon Baguette, very, very scary prospect to face on the final day, regardless of a win here or not. The win very much required. Anselm of Berserk in the chat, thanking for the shout out. You're very welcome. Thank you for the great games so far this season. It's been very entertaining. Looking forward to see how that will carry on into the playoffs. Of course, the playoffs soon upon us. Game week 6 and then just game week 7 next week, before we will indeed have 2 quarterfinals and 2 semifinals before we know who our finalists live at PlayCon. I believe on October 12th will be. Technical timeout is over. Game is ready to go. Round 9 here. ShadowHunters looking to secure a very dominant first half display. Already winning the half 7-1. Have 4 more rounds to increase their lead. Pigeon Baguette with a bit more of a normal buy this time round. 3 rifles, an SMG, and Firehacks once again with the Negev. ShadowHunters quick towards this catwalk position, and Cavallo also finding a frag. Chunky finds 2 kills on this B side from that short position. And Nos now might find the underpass player, and Alec the Memer going down. So, blink and you miss it. Just Kelvin left will go down to MWR. As ShadowHunters do indeed continue their great form into this round. So 8 and 1. What do you do here if you're Pigeon Baguette? I feel like this is the kind of moment where any kind of threats that you might have just go out the window, and you're just gonna have to try and think outside the box. Chunky Boy 13 and 6 leading the way in terms of kills. In terms of KD, Nos 8 and 1, and then Leighton 9 and 2. Kills maybe for Pigeon Baguette there. MWar with 2 of his own, and we do have a 3 versus 3 now, but MWar with a 3rd in the round will eventually go down to the nade though. So kills continuously traded, as it is Kelvin and Firehex now in the 2v1. Sorry, 2v2, 2v1 now for Firehex with this Negev. Hasn't been able to find anything with it past those first couple of rounds where we saw him use it. Has indeed opted to pick up the M4 here. No kit as well, and bomb half ticked, so interesting to see that he is still gonna attempt this. Perhaps there's a kit laying somewhere on site. But as this bomb ticks ever closer to detonation, he is just gonna back off a bit towards market here and gonna try and save this M4. Will it be allowed to actually, as the CTs do peek out, and does find the frag on Nos, but due to the damage sustained in that duel, he does go down to the bomb. So ShadowHunters secure a 9th and also take away all the guns from Pigeon Baguette, as they are sent back to the drawing board once again. Round 11 here, as it does look like it is going to be a bit of a rout. ShadowHunters could secure double digits early on. And if Pigeon Baguette want anything in round 11 and in the remainder of this half, actually, Alec is going to need to put that up to good use. Negev down to mid, does find some damage, but nothing else. And MWar also finding the frag onto the A site. Op will go down of Alec the memer, so nothing to find for him here, and just Kelvin and Extreme Gamer J's left. And as soon as I say that, both players almost at the exact same time going to fall, as ShadowHunters do indeed secure double digits. Last round of the half now. And they could be going in to their T side with a 10-round deficit. Definitely not an ideal situation for Pigeon Baguette here, but credit where credit is due. ShadowHunters have been so clinical in their executes on these sites. Chunky Boy, MWar, Leighton, all above 10 kills, 13 and 11 respectively. Nos and Cavallo also very close. Cavallo and Nos now both on 9 kills. Kelvin, quick through mid, does find the first. Could have really used the second there. Gets the headshot on MWar, but will indeed fall. So 4 versus 3 now. MWar pushing through connector. Alec over on stairs. Needs to find the kills here. Won't find any. Couldn't decide between Cavallo and MWar and doesn't find either of them. As Extreme Gamer J and Brute Thunder need to find the remaining frags in this round, and Brute Thunder gonna fall, leaving just Extreme Gamer J. Lots of these players softened up, and Extreme Gamer J gonna use that to his advantage, finding a couple of frags. Cavallo also going down here, so just Leighton left. Extreme Gamer J in the 1 versus 4 clutch attempt. And this is a very, very much needed round for Pigeon Baguette here. No kit for him, so he's gonna have to go fast, and Leighton now going to play in this smoke. Time is ticking. Extreme Gamer J gonna have to go quickly. And Nos through the smoke will go down to the Zeus. So a great attempt in the 1 versus 4, but it just doesn't pan out. Leighton with the Zeus, not Nos, secures an 11th round for ShadowHunters and spurs them their blushes in the 1 versus 4 to end the half 11-1. It's been very tough for Pigeon Baguette on the CT side, but on the T side perhaps a bit easier to get the team onto the same bomb site. Can just send all 5 players if they wish down one site. Maybe it's not the most ideal in terms of strats, but 11-1 down. You can just be trying certain things out, and is indeed going to be a quick play towards B. Alec thrown all the smokes, perhaps the util expert on this side, but steps have been made. And with that utility thrown, look at the rotation of ShadowHunters. All 5 players on site. Extreme Gamer J does find the first frag, but Leighton with one of his own A couple more frags being traded, and Pigeon Baguette find themselves down in a 3 versus 2 and 3 versus 1. As Kelvin unable to do anything in his apartment position and will go down. And MWar taking down Chunky as well. They're feeling great today. 12 and 1, 11 opportunities to close out this game now. As Pigeon Baguette really struggled to get anything going on Mirage, and I believe the server did have a bit of an oopsie there. Going to try and quickly reconnect. I don't know if the game actually has ended already. We do indeed have the delay, so we'll try and reconnect to see this final round. First time this happened this season, so apologies for that, but it does seem like a bit of some technical issues as the server has frozen. Well, there's 65 seconds left in the round, so we'll wait and see if maybe... Oh, it seems like we are good to go. It's Sleepy. Blue Thunder finding a frag, but MWar and Nos combining for 2, leaving just Fire Hex and now just Blue Thunder. Only good for 1 as MWar secures a 3k in the round and a 17 and 8 record overall. Leighton 14 and 3, leading the way in KD, but ShadowHunters a great game from them overall as Pigeon Baguette do lose 13 to 1 on Mirage. Gonna try and get one of the ShadowHunters players on a call very quick, so stay tuned for that, and we'll be back in a second. All right, guys, I'm joined here by Chunky. First off, congratulations. A very, very dominant victory, 13 and 1. Was almost the flawless 13 and 0. And you are now 2 and 5. I believe 2 and 4, sorry, in
Two
the
and four,
season.
2 and 4.
Which is, it's as good, I think, as you could hope for at this stage. You beat CSDE School, you beat Pigeon Baguette, and at the start of the season there was kind of the talk that between you three who would be battling it up for maybe the last spot, and you have the opportunity to even surpass that expectation now. So talk me through, your initial reactions just after you've completed this game.
I mean, this game, obviously, like we had like talks, we had experience because we had a lot of tough teams at the beginning. I mean, we started with what? Which team did we start? I forgot.
Let me tell you, I'll tell you in just a second. I have
Tell me
the master
the-
document open here. You began against CSDE, so it was quite the tough outing to begin.
You think? Like obviously we like one we were just a random team that got picked. Like we were 5 people and said, okay, we'll decide to do it. So obviously like the chemistry had to start at some point, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And until we played a little bit of games, obviously the first games being the toughest, obviously is gonna be like we're not gonna be a lot of coordinated one because obviously we just started and going against teams that probably have been playing with their team for like probably months, years. I don't know exactly, but there is chemistry between them. And going like taking that into consideration throughout the league, I didn't think we do that bad, in my opinion. Like honest opinion.
No, for sure, it's been quite a good. I'm seeing some of your scores here. I mean, 13-7 against CSD. You looked like you were gonna win that game until, of course, Shikari joined halfway through and turned the tide. But also good performances against some tough teams. You came 13 and 7 with Berserk, who have been on a great run, and 13 and 8 with Anarchy, who are flawless so far this season. So
The
definitely.
the 13-7 with Berserk was also a 4v5 because we had some issues. Like
Yeah, so
last minute, I swear to God, the last minute issues are insane.
but I mean, I think that bodes well in your favor. That despite the odds, it wasn't a complete blowout either, and it's something you can take into playoffs. And that's something I wanted to ask. It's looking more and more likely that you have indeed qualified for playoffs, and playoffs will be a best of 3 rather than the best of 1 so far. Do you think that
And
this
that's-
team will struggle a bit more maybe in the best of 3s, since it's not really it wasn't a pre-made, it was kind of a random mix of the LFTs? Or do you think that you guys now with that chemistry are going to be able to come together? I mean, you've got some fraggers on your team. There's you, of course, who have been tearing it up. I believe I saw a stat. I think you're one of only 2 people with an ace so far, and today you almost had the second one
Which was the first game? Yeah, first game was with Order Zero, not
on
CSD.
overpass. Yeah, because there was the
CSD
delay.
was also that is another good point to mention. Like all of the maps that we have been playing are the ones where we don't perform or don't play. I swear to God.
And you've given us a
Like-
lot of maps as well. We've had Nuke, we've had Overpass, we've had Ancient, I believe.
And
We've
everything
had
but
Mirage.
Dust, I think.
Yeah, so definitely a varied map pool, if so.
Like that's also a factor to consider. We never played these maps. We only played, like, obviously we were just going in comp, to be fair, to play. I know I said I would be playing a bit more Faceit, but false promises. Obviously. Yeah. But I think with best of 3 there would be a highly more likely chance to succeed between the obviously, like, taking teams into consideration. There are a lot of good players like going against us. But I think in a BO3, like, if we actually lose one of the games, we take our time, I think, and we like take everything into consideration of what just happened. Even in a win, we see what happens. Like, we analyze, we see who is what role and stuff. That's basically it.
Sounds good. Sounds like you guys have a plan for a group of LFTs, as you mentioned. It definitely seems like things are a bit more structured now than they were at the start of the season. So you have one more game next week against Eversio. It's gonna be a tough one, but I wish you the best of luck. Eversio have, of course, not been firing on all cylinders so far this season, and these are must-win games for them. So you got a bit.
To my
tough.
knowledge, though, they're a bit like their roles are a bit shaky from what they've said.
Yes. So
So
perhaps upset potential. We'll have to wait and see until next week. But thank you very much, Chonky. Congratulations once again on the victory, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Every 39 seconds, a business falls victim to a cyber attack. Shockingly, a staggering 92% of malware infiltrates organizations through email. In 2023, it's taking organizations an average of 49 days to identify a cyber attack. With CyberSift DNS Protect, you get one platform with many benefits. Effortlessly control with advanced URL filtering and gain full network visibility. Protect your business from phishing, malware, and advertising tracking. Be up and running in less than 24 hours. Boost productivity with over 80 categories. Protect what matters most. Start protecting today with our free 30-day trial. Experience confidence with CyberSift DNS Protect. Secure your digital world today. Visit our website.
Get ready for something big. It's the 5th edition of PlayCon, happening October 9th to 12th at the MFCC to Ali. Experience the latest games, tech showcases, epic tournaments, and awesome cosplay. Entrance is free. PlayCon, where gamers unite.